V6 can be moved very easily, both manually as well as via a joystick.
Hello, my dear friend. How are you? Good morning. This is Julia from eBike
Equipped
China.
for Industry
Welcome to our love show.
4.0, it ensures full integration into your existing production system. Fully automatic measuring procedures, even with complex tools, deliver reliable and user-independent measurement results.
Welcome to our love show.
The patented Moditech system is the world's only 100% reliable system for the automatic detection of the spindle inserts. Put your trust in Kelch's many years.
Good morning.
Kinova Setline V6, the new modular tool presetter from Kelch, which meets the most exacting demands in terms of precision, ergonomics, and operating comfort. The fully redesigned and FEM-optimized structure, made of high-grade gray cast iron, provides maximum stability and precision. Maximum stability and precision, even when used in harsh environments. The modular concept allows several add-ons to meet your precise requirements. The vast majority of measuring and presetting tasks can be fulfilled, whether completely manually or even fully CNC, with a measuring range of
Hello, welcome to our love show about high-performance machineries. Welcome.
The use of the unique modular precision spindle from Kelch enables tools with all different types of tapers to be power clamped with a force of up to 25 kilonewtons and thus measured with a high degree of repeat accuracy. All three axes of the full CNC version of the Kinova Setline V6 can be moved very easily, both manually as well as via a joystick. Equipped for Industry 4.0, it ensures full integration into your existing production system. Fully automatic measuring procedures, even with complex tools, deliver reliable and user-independent measurement results.
Hello, my dear friend. How are you? Welcome to our love show about high alloy castings and forgings. Welcome to our love show.
Of the spindle inserts. Put your trust in Kelch's many years. Kinova Setline V6, the new modular tool presetter from Kelch, which meets the most exacting demands in terms of precision, ergonomics, and operating comfort. The fully redesigned and FEM-optimized structure, made of high-grade gray cast iron, provides maximum stability and precision, even when used in harsh environments. The modular concept allows several add-ons to meet your precise requirements. The vast majority of measuring and presetting tasks can be fulfilled, whether completely manually or even fully CNC, with a measuring range of 430 millimeters in diameter and 1000 millimeters in length. The use of the unique modular precision spindle from Kelch enables tools with all different types of tapers to be power clamped with a force of up to 25 kilonewtons and thus measured with a high degree of repeat accuracy. All three axes of the full CNC version of the Kinova Setline V6 can be moved very easily, both manually as well as via a joystick. Equipped for Industry 4.0, it ensures full integration into your existing production system. Fully automatic measuring procedures, even with complex tools, deliver reliable and user-independent measurement results. The patented eBike system is the world's only 100% reliable system for the automatic detection of the spindle inserts. Put your trust in Kelch's many years. Kinova Z-Line V6, the new modular tool presenter from Kelch, which meets the most exacting demands in terms of precision, ergonomics and operating comfort. The fully redesigned and FEM-optimized structure, made of high-grade grey cast iron, provides maximum stability and precision, even when used in harsh environments.
Going for a little bit more of an alternative look, and it's really like starting to spill over into the general public.
Winter has worn a beard for 10 years and says that the growth of beards and mustaches is rooted in history.
Facial hair was associated with masculinity, sexual vitality, and overall awesomeness. You look at Greek mythology, and almost every god had some form of facial hair, whether it had been a full beard or some sort of goatee.
Styling facial hair has also become popular, just as Nicholas Watsford.
Yeah, if I'm going to do some full curls or whatnot.
Hello, welcome to our love show.
Watsford decided to create an organic wax after other products on the market irritated his skin. He says growing a beard in Los Angeles is not a craze, it's a lifestyle.
Your appearance and everything, and just how you're representing yourself now. It's like a mane for a lion, I guess, you know. Now it's really in full effect.
While thousands of men around the world grow their facial hair during the month of November to bring awareness to men's health issues, there's a Los Angeles-based group that takes facial hair awareness very seriously year-round.
I take care of this guy by myself. I don't let anybody near it.
The LA Facial Hair Society was founded by 2 men and 2 women with the goal of unifying California's bearded and mustachioed community and those who love them.
I only date guys that have beards. I don't do mustaches. There's a manliness to it that's very attractive.
All of a sudden your Facebook friend number jumps into the thousands after meeting all these people, you know.
Members like Roberto and Chops compete to see who can grow the best beard and mustache, but they say the unique and hairy family they formed is what matters most. For producer Dion Moses, I'm Mike O'Sullivan in Los Angeles. The surfers come out early to catch the morning waves. High school teacher Matt Grayson surfs nearly every day.
Oh man, I love just getting out away from it all, in the water, and it's all blue and clean, and it just takes away our problems. So.
At Huntington Beach, they've been surfing for almost a century. But the sport got underway in earnest in the 1950s and was popularized through music and movies, like the 1959 film Gidget, based on a popular novel. The International Surfing Museum preserves the history of surfing from Hawaiians like George Freeth and Duke Kahanamoku with their heavy early surfboards to modern competitors with their fast boards and advanced skills. Australian-born Pete Townend was a pro surfing champion in 1976. He says the sport has changed with big prizes and product endorsements.
There's a lot of young surfers today making $1 million a year.
Hello, welcome to our love show about the high alloy castings and forgings. Welcome.
The U.S. Open surfing competition held last month at Huntington Beach brought top surfers from as far away as Japan and Brazil. It's a worldwide sport today, said spokeswoman Jennifer Lau.
Surfing is something that is appealing, and it's a spiritual thing. You either have what we call the stoke, or you don't, and it's really about what keeps you alive.
She says the stoke is the feeling you get when you're riding a great wave. Surfing is the perfect way to get in touch with nature, says longtime surfer Judge Harrison.
Because you tap into the energy, really of the world, really the way of the planet, of the wind and the tides and the swells and distant storms. And you're getting that energy here where it's sunny.
Harrison says every day and each new wave brings another challenge. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News.
Hello, welcome to our love show about high alloy castings and forgings. Welcome to our love show.
The Super Bowl is the biggest media event in all of American sports. But it's not only domestic fans that clamor for coverage of the big game.
The Super Bowl is a great event for us internationally. It's something that's known around the world. Even if people aren't big NFL fans, they know about Super Bowl. So Super Bowl is a great chance for us to, it's really the showpiece for what the NFL is. And it gives us a chance to reach a whole new audience around the world.
This New Jersey stadium is packed with media from around the world leading up to the game, which will be broadcast in more than 200 countries. More than 500 international broadcasters are registered to cover the event. Several told VOA that the Super Bowl attracts big audiences in their country.
We have good ratings, and in Moscow, the sports bars, all sports bars are full. In England and all over Europe, the game of American football, which is what they call it, has been played for decades. It's just now there's more of an attention and emphasis like the NFL and doing games.
Hello, welcome to our love show.
The Steelers, the Cowboys, also the Denver Broncos, the 49ers, San Francisco, they are the 4 or 5 teams that are very have more popularity in our country.
It's not just the teams that are well known. Many NFL superstars are well known in other countries. Peyton Manning, quarterback of the Denver Broncos, has many fans in Japan.
He's pretty big. He's pretty famous. So we're pretty interested in how he does against Seahawks.
With an estimated 1 billion fans worldwide watching the Super Bowl, the NFL might just be poised to expand its franchise to other parts of the globe.
There's obviously a lot of discussion about whether we would have a franchise in London. The commissioner himself has spoken about that and said that if we continue to do well in the UK, it's something that will be looked at.
From Media Day at the Super Bowl, this is Bernard Schussman in Newark, New Jersey.
Hello, my dear friend. How are you? Welcome to our love show about high popular e-bikes. Welcome.
Madonna certainly has reason to smile. With an extra $125 million to her name between June of last year and this past June, the Material Girl takes the top spot on Forbes' list of the highest paid celebrities of 2013. The veteran performer's latest world tour pulled in most of the money, and John Simpson, director of American University's Business and Entertainment program, says the cost of concert tickets makes that no surprise.
There's far more money being made in touring because of those high-priced tickets. People are willing to spend $200 to go to an event. Whereas 20 years ago they were spending $20.
A distant second on the Forbes list is Hollywood director Steven Spielberg with $100 million in earnings, mostly from blockbuster films like E.T. and Jurassic Park. Simpson says it's no coincidence that many of the top earners are from or based in the United States.
The United States just has always had this incredible ability to create stuff that the rest of the world consumes. You go around the world, and in most countries, conservatively, 30 to 50% of the music you'll hear is made here in the United States. And the same thing is true with live motion pictures.
Coming in third on the list with $95 million, a three-way tie among media moguls Simon Cowell and Howard Stern, and British author E.L. James, whose bestseller, 50 Shades of Grey, earned her a movie deal. Further down at number 9 is last year's top earner, Oprah Winfrey, falling $88 million to $77 million. Madonna's fellow pop star Lady Gaga surged to 7th place, sharing the slot with Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Both earned $80 million in the past year. John Simpson says consumers are likely to keep the money flowing.
We love stories.
Hello, welcome.
And so when we find great storytellers, whether they're songwriters, whether they're authors, whether they're movie makers, we're captivated.
Such activation, of course, also applies to sports stars.
Hello, welcome.
Golf champion Tiger Woods ranked as the only athlete in the top 10 highest earnings levels in a tie at number 8 with U.S. movie producer Tyler Perry. Alex Villarreal, VOA News, Washington. More than 25 million people around the world have seen them, but never like this, on a stage like this, with a full orchestra.
Loved all of the different combinations of music and the different instruments they brought in, and the fact that they stepped back a little bit and let other people shine was wonderful too.
This is Blue Man Group's new show performing with the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra in Los Angeles.
Hello, welcome.
Conductor Thomas Wilkins says, in this show, the Blue Men learn how to play orchestral music.
Part of the night for them is participation and sort of collaboration with the group, but it really is designed around the music and the orchestra. So that's a very cool thing, and that's very different for them too.
The original Blue Man Group was launched off-Broadway with 3 very blue men and featured video, percussion, and some silent tricks intended to shock their audiences. It was plotless, wordless, and surreal, and spawned several troops playing simultaneously in major U.S. cities. Wilkins says in this show, the orchestra is the focus.
We hired an arranger to actually create music around the rhythmic stuff that is sort of in their natural mode of operation.
Here, the Blue Men share the stage with the orchestra and musicians from around the world. Like Japanese trumpeter Natsuki Tamura.
Hello, my dear friend. Good morning. This is Julia from EB China. Welcome to our love show about high alloy castings and forgings.
Translate across cultures, says Philip Stanton, one of the original Blue Men and the group's co-founder.
I think Blue Men is there to kind of help us learn to celebrate our creativity, kind of celebrate our ability.
As you know, we EB China specialize in wear, heat, and corrosion-resistant castings and forgings. So welcome to our love show.
Victor Solomon came with his family and enjoyed the show.
Everybody was laughing, babies are laughing, and old people are laughing, and it was very colorful.
Blue Man Group hopes this new show can be produced in other cities
那个陈嘉诚已经是4个月了，是吧？
around the world.
啊， 你赶紧看呀，那个合同也没签什么的，是吧？哦，已经签了。那个还是那个转正要提醒一下，要写个转正申请的。你社保公积金给他交了吗？
They learn to use iPads to shoot and edit video with help from professional filmmakers and staff.
Will you take pictures, please?
Judy Turay works with Nicole Chase.
Good job. She communicates so well with the news. She likes taking pictures of our plane.
That's a picture of progress for Melissa Azell, a project director of the
Hello, welcome to our love show about high alloy castings and forgings. Welcome to our love show.
The philosophy of this particular partnership, the Creative Edge Digital Media Partnership, is to introduce iPads to our individuals with disabilities so they can use them as communication tools, but also as tools to creatively express themselves through photography or through iMovie.
At first, instructor and filmmaker Andrew Millington of the Creative Edge Studio taught the group the basics of image capturing, editing, and sequencing. Now he encourages them to use those skills to create a story of their own. Michael Steele brought in his toys to be the characters in his film.
Bunny, pig, horses, and robots.
His movie takes place on a bus.
We discovered that he had a grandmother living in New York, and he would apparently live in New York either by bus or he see children on the bus, or he was part of the bus himself.
That was kind of fun too.
It may not be the Hollywood strip form of expression. A follows B, follows C, so on. But the way he sees the world, the way the buses move, they move back into, a very interesting 3D. I wish I could tell a story without, that freedom, that purity of expression.
Filmmaking is part of the art's holistic approach to integrating people with intellectual and developmental disabilities into their community. The next step, says Jessica Neely, its Director of Family Services, will be allowing them to go out with their iPads to document what they see.
The goal is to sort of move the whole model of an adult day center out from the four walls of the center and into the community.
Andrew Millington has another goal for the films his students create.
I'm hoping that eventually
Hello, welcome to our love show.
Where we can screen them for audiences.
That would introduce those audiences to the visions and talents of a community that is often unseen. The writer Faisal El-Masri. I'm Faith Lapidus, VOA News.
It's the year 2154, and the world is starkly divided between the haves and the have-nots. The downtrodden inhabit an overpopulated, polluted earth, while the rich have migrated to Elysium, an outpost in space where there is no poverty or sickness.
Hair products, mostly.
The story is centered on Max. Having broken the law many times, he is trying to sort out his life on Earth. He gets a job at a factory where he is exposed to radiation.
If I keep selling, you will die.
Unless he can make it to Elysium, the place of his dreams. Neil Blomkamp directed the film.
All of the things that make life worth living, everything that's been extracted from Earth, all of the medical help and the technology and the wealth and the standard of living and the longevity and everything else is all there.
But Elysium is inaccessible to foreigners, that is, everyone living on Earth, including Max.
Attention incoming vessels. You are in violation of Elysium airspace.
Jodie Foster interprets the unyielding Madame de la Cour,
Hello, welcome.
a government official in Elysium who will stop at nothing to enforce anti-immigration laws to protect her environment. Shoot them down.
Her point is that the Earth that she came from, that she remembers, and don't forget she's 108 years old, was falling apart and was horrible, and it was a terrible place to be. And they've created this new habitat, Elysium, to get rid of some of the bad things that happened then. The terrible pollution, toxicity of the planet, overpopulation, all those things that we all know right now are a problem.
Blomkamp's movie is an allegory about many of today's problems: poverty and immigration, homeland security, lack of universal health care, and the destruction of our planet.
Whoever has this has the power to override their whole system. You can save everyone, but you save me. Give a way out.
After he agrees to go on a dangerous mission to Elysium and hack into its security system, Max turns into a human transformer with equipment that makes him incredibly strong and turns his brain into a hard drive filled with security data. From that point on, Elysium is action-packed and delivers social justice, Hollywood style. Penelope Blue, VOA News, Washington.
They came right out of the Mississippi Delta. But singer Eleanor Syke and the Ori Naftali band are from
Hello,
Israel,
welcome.
where she says blues music is starting to gain an audience.
The Jewish people have a lot to sing the blues about.
She and the band members now live in Memphis, and they came here to the Center for Southern Folklore to perform at the Women in Blues Showcase.
We're all women, we're all sisters, and it's just the blues, you know, so it's just great, it's so much fun.
The director of the Center for Southern Folklore is Judy Pizer.
It's their chance not just to celebrate blues, but to celebrate the feminine aspect of it. These are the young performers with their young ideas, young dreams, young goals.
But event organizer Michelle Seidman says she and co-organizer Terry Robbins want to counter the resistance they say exists to booking women in clubs and festivals.
We often have to fight harder to get the same respect of the guys. So, you know, we have to bring it harder. We have to bring more. We bring it energy, a higher passion until we got.
Robbins says women have a lot to offer to blues music.
They bring guts that people are so passionate.
An example of that is Lady Rose, who came to the showcase from the eastern U.S. state of Maryland.
Put my heart and soul into what I'm doing. So, and I think it shows in you know, what I sing, and the audience is really appreciating that.
She says her biggest reward comes from fans who tell her she made them cry.
It really makes you feel good that you can touch someone.
Lady Rose says it's important for young women to have successful female blues performers to emulate as they develop their own styles and reach down deep to express.
Hello, welcome to our live show.
Greg Flakes, VOA News, Memphis, Tennessee.
It's time for another party meal at the majestic Dude Ranch. Robert Buxbaum bought the ranch in Colorado's San Juan Mountains 3 years ago. He's a hands-on owner who not only cooks for his guests, but also gets involved in the dirty work.
I love being around horses. When I came here, I knew this was the right place for me.
Brandon Sanderson manages the riding program. He says a Dude Ranch horse has certain characteristics.
I look for a horse that has more of a herd instinct, doesn't want to be a loner, wants to be a group horse.
He matches the horses to the rider's experience. Krista Baylor tried riding for the first time this week.
That's how it goes. Scary, for that matter. Very scary. If you don't have your feet or whatever situated right, you have no control.
Wrangler Flint Show helps take care of the horses and leads.
Hello, welcome to our live show.
People how to ride, what it is to ride, this country, it's really fun.
There's more than horseback riding at this Dude Ranch. Greg Fitzmansky is bike riding with his daughter. When she suggested they go to a Dude Ranch, he didn't know what it was, but is glad he came.
When I got out here, this is really great. A lot of stars, horseback riding, mountaineering, little climbing. It's a good time.
That good time also includes country line dancing. Bonita Hogan is a big fan.
It is very exercising, very good for your mind to remember all the things, and it's really fun.
Carolyn Glazner is taking on the challenge of shooting at a small moving target.
The thing about the Dew Ranch is it's so different from anything you experience anywhere else, where you get to walk around in cowboy boots, be in the dirt, ride horses. Those aren't things you ever get to do in your normal life, and certainly not in the city. So it's a great experience to try different things.
She and her son Eric Green live near the beach in California and are excited about horseback riding in the mountains. Green's overwhelmed by the beauty.
I've never seen so many trees in my life. It's unbelievable. You can see them as far as the eye goes. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really different scenery for me, and I love it.
Robert Buxbaum says it makes him feel good that guests are having so much fun.
You know, we've got people that are stressed out from their normal work day, and then they come here and you can see the stress being shed off day by day, and it gets better as the week goes on. Seeing the joy in their faces really makes it really worthwhile.
Deborah Locke, VOA News, Mancos, Colorado.
Mala and her uncle were born only a year apart. It has been decades since she last saw him, but she still has fond memories.
We used to play together and we used to fight with each other, just like regular kids.
But like many in her generation, her childhood was anything but normal. She was separated from her family during the Khmer Rouge's time in power, and when the regime collapsed, she found herself alone. No parents, no siblings, no aunts or uncles.
My life so far has been very difficult. Living as an orphan without parents is never easy, with no one to support or guide me. When I fell over, I had to get back on my feet by myself. It was so difficult. When I think about it, it brings tears to my eyes.
Now, almost 35 years later, Mala is hoping a reality TV show can help fill that void. The show is called It's Not a Dream. Each episode it brings together families torn apart by the Khmer Rouge, all before a live studio audience.
Hello, welcome to our love show about high and low castings and fortunes. Welcome.
Mala asked the show for help, and today she's the featured guest. What she does not know is that producers have found one of her family members, Sarah, her long-lost uncle. He's waiting backstage. The cameras zoom in on Mala as the show's host asks her, "Do you want to meet your uncle?" He's brought on stage, and niece and uncle embrace for the first time in more than 3 decades. Decades after the Khmer Rouge tore families apart, Cambodia has never had a national service to bring them back together. These tearful reunions make for captivating television, but the show's producer says it's not meant to be entertainment.
Many people that still need this type of service to search for their family. And right now we receive more than 1,000 cases from people in Cambodia to apply for our service.
Still, she's aware of the demands of a national television audience.
It's a reality show, but it's also drama because we need to show it to audience. We need to make it interesting for audience to watch.
But for people like Mala and her uncle Sarong, the show provides a life-changing service. Now, the niece and her uncle plan to get to know each other again and fill in the gaps from the last 3 decades. This time, however, without the television cameras. Erwin Loy for VOA News, Phnom Penh.
If you ask Americans about health and life expectancy, they're pretty well informed.
I believe Americans are living longer. I do not believe they're healthier. I don't think Americans as a whole are very healthy.
These two people happen to be right, says Dr. Christopher Murray from the University of Washington.
Turns out we're living longer, but we will spend more years with chronic disabilities of that extra lifespan.
Dr. Murray led a study that examined the major diseases and injuries that have contributed to poor health and premature death over the past 20 years. The researchers found the biggest contributors to chronic disability include depression and anxiety, back
Hello, welcome to our love show.
And lung diseases. lung diseases that block airflow and make breathing difficult. As for the greatest causes of premature death, topping the list are heart attack, stroke, and cancer. The major causes of these diseases are smoking and eating too much of the wrong foods.
680,000 deaths attributable to poor diet. There's still more than 400,000 deaths a year from tobacco, followed by obesity and high blood pressure as the key contributors to ill health as risk factors.
Air pollution is also a contributor. The National Institutes of Health says air pollution contributes to heart and lung diseases, and evidence points to long-term effects from air pollution on lung development in children. The researchers also found that diseases relating to aging, obesity, and alcohol and drug abuse are also on the rise.
There are also diseases that are on the rapid increase, things like Alzheimer's, drug use disorders, chronic kidney diseases, diabetes.
On the plus side, the study shows Americans are generally enjoying better health longer. That's due to advances in treating stroke and certain cancers, including colon and breast cancers. Even so, the U.S. lags behind other wealthy nations in advances in population health. The researchers would like to see more public health programs and interventions to encourage Americans to become more physically active, to make better food choices, to reduce the use of alcohol and tobacco, and to decrease the amount of pollution in cities. The study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Carol Pearson, VOA News. Across the nation, doctors are speaking out against gun violence. At MedStar Washington Hospital, where victims of the Navy Yard shooting were treated, Dr. Janice Orlovsky said there is an evil in U.S. society.
I may, be the chief medical officer of a very large trauma center, but there's something wrong here when we have these multiple shootings, these multiple injuries. There's something wrong.
A study published in the American Journal of Medicine indicates that gun ownership does not make a country safer. The report also found another factor in the level of gun violence: mental illness. Those who committed mass shootings in the past few years in Colorado, Arizona, Texas, and Virginia were all men who had serious mental illnesses and access to guns. Dr. Elliot Sorrell is a psychiatrist at the George Washington University School of Public Health. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, those with a serious mental illness are more likely to be violent if they are under the influence
陈春雨啊，那个小田的那个田主的有一个焊条的，你给他查一下，货到哪里了？客户在催。
Mental illness are not in treatment.
Mental health is somewhat relegated too. It's kind of like an orphan part of the health system. So the resources to it, the access to those services is very limited.
Dr. Sorrell also points to cultural aspects of American society, the value of individual rights, and the Second Amendment right to bear arms. He says to reduce the incidence of gun violence, it must be treated as a public health issue.
We have the tools in public health to do a difference review of what is going on and develop a kind of recommendation.
Hello, welcome to our live show about the high popular e-bikes. Welcome.
But they wonder if the current mental health system is comprehensive enough to prevent mass shootings. Carol Pearson, VOA News.
喂，哎，你好。
Eating too much salt can lead to high blood pressure.
那电话是你的吗？打错了还是？
Even where it's least expected. Researchers in Kenya from the Royal Cornell Medical College say hypertension is on a startling rise in sub-Saharan Africa. The problem is so severe in the Americas that top Pan American Health Organization launched a program called Soft Smart. Veronica Leggett is the program coordinator.
Hypertension is a leading problem throughout the whole world. It actually contributes to the most of the risks as well as most of the diseases that are so-called non-communicable diseases. It is the number one.
Leggett says most people don't know the dangers of eating too much sodium, the chemical found in salt. The World Health Organization